was in high school senior. I was an associate teacher. And I had full access to the chemical room. Like, oh my God, I died and went to heaven. Here I am, 53 years old. Oh, December 19th, I'll be 53. And I drive a forklift. You know, that's what I like about out here. You know, we've been out here for a few years now, and hell, this whole neighborhood's absolutely fantastic. Give or take, you know, like a few neighbors. But, they go to hell. So, you know, you stop and think, you know, there's a better way of doing this than what I'm doing. You know what? Enough of this horse shit. Let's go in the house and make something that'll burn. And that's when I did a little bit of research on the internet. One of the neat things I just did some research on is a lot of the newer window screens are made out of magnesium because they're less susceptible to atmospherics, like high salt water contents at the beach and stuff like that. It could be that we can get some of that screen and beat it down and home make our own stuff there. And I'll tell you what, rather than $10 a pound, you're looking at it, you know, pennies on the pound. And I find pyrotechnics. And my eyes lit up again. I could smell the smoke. I could see the powder hanging in the air. And like, you know what? I always wanted to do that. So let's do a little bit of research and find out what we got to do. Anything to get me off of this forklift. I mean, you know, my song, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas with every little box I stack. Well, I was off Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and worked Sunday. Worked Monday. Tuesday, I went to get in the car. I went to turn the keys on. Man, the whole damn dash lit up. I said, what the hell is this? In the dead of night, these little bastards had gotten the radio. Come in on Monday. They waited for me to go to bed Monday night and install that radio at night. Yep. Come right in, gave them all a big hug and a kiss. Said, you bastards, you got me this time. Oh, I don't want to continue that one. So, it wasn't that long before, hey, let's order a little bit of chemicals. And holy smokes, this works. Oh, yeah. Sulfur.
Hey,
oh, by the way, you realize I got...
packaged up. That freaking smells.
Yeah, but I got 30 pounds of potassium nitrate coming. With that, we should ought to be able to make about 40 pounds of black powder. Like, what are we going to use 40 pounds of black powder for? There it is. Watch it.
Well, you're right. It does spin.
I can do this. Now here's the real bitch. Well, I went out to look for some other things, ran into a Volkswagen shop. Volkswagens have magnesium transmissions and engines. This guy, if he had any old cases, he says, oh yeah, I think so. Go out there in that truck and see if you can find any. Went out there were two of them out there, so I loaded them up in the car. So how much do you? Oh, go ahead and take it. Oh my God. So I get like another 40 pounds of magnesium for free. And the neat thing is, my kids start getting interested in this. Yeah. You need to go on some of these websites and look at the safety issues. You actually need to read before you play. This can kill you. You know what? That's the neat part. It kills you. Squeeze it. See the difference?
It's powder.
It's that powdery feeling. This is the spheroids that you feel there. micro balls, just like what you got, right? All right, what you're gonna do is we're gonna diaper this. I'll show you your first mixing lesson right here real quick. These papers are real cool because it's really inert, doesn't generate sparks. And like pyros, it's cheap. Everybody's got some. You know, how many of these parents go out here and search for a father-son, mother-daughter, father-daughter, a family thing to do together? Yeah, let's fuck around. All right. Get away from that one. That's what I thought. 13,
I swear I was gonna poop my pants.
13-3.
Whew.
I mean, here my kids are right up underneath my arms like, well, Dad, you need to do this. Hey, Dad, hey, oh, okay, let's do this. Of course, the terrible thing is some of these guys never read these books, and they'll never repeat life again either.
Boy.
Unless they're from India and they believe in karma and reincarnation. And then we get done, off in the backyard we go. I mean, like, what a blessing. And you don't even have to hold their feet to the fire. So let's go outside. Let's retire to the outside to test this theory.
Burns my hand.
So I mean, like, holy smokes. God. Wait a minute. I can turn this into a business.
Yet another reason we don't hold them in our hands.
Like that. Now put up to do it again.
And let's see, I'm going to do 5.2. 5.2, which would be times 2 would be 10.4. Strontium, yeah. Strontium, and I'm going to do 10. No, it can't be that much. It'll be 1.4, which would be 4, be 15, 16, 16, 2.
Beginning to think hereby, you faggot. Take your potassium chlorate, mix it with 5 pounds of sulfur.
Thing is, amigo, that's why I told you be careful. There's a reason. I can get off this forklift. What other hurdles do I need to do? Now, let's see, I already live in a town where, well, we can kind of do fireworks legally. So the police came. Collin County Sheriff's Department. And we're just finishing up a burn. So I walked out and said, well, I guess you're looking for me. He said, yeah. He says, well, what happened? Did you blow something up? I said, well, no.
I tell you, that guy next door, he's just nuts, man. He's over there popping firecrackers and I don't know, he's building his own bombs and stuff. What he's doing's got to be illegal. Man, I was out working in my garage one day, and he had his boy go out in the street and let off a firecracker for him, and it wasn't a firecracker, it was a bomb. That sucker went off, and it shook my house. I could feel the concrete underneath me shaking.
We had a failure of one of our pyrotechnic compounds. We're doing some research on a show we're going to do. The reason it's legal and we ain't got no cop. I mean, I got a cornfield for a backyard. If if I really want to be technically really legal, I just go on the other side of the telephone lines. And I already know the farmer says I can do about anything I want out in his field as long as I don't disturb the crops. Hey, that ain't too dadgum bad. Now I found out I gotta get a ATF low explosives license. Well, God, that's not going to be that difficult. After all, I've not ever been convicted of a felony.
That you told the cops.
Well, you're right, anything that I've been caught for, but that's once more. That relates back to, I've never been convicted. So the guy looks and says, oh, you know what you're doing? I said, well, I can count to 10 up here and 10 down there, and I can play blackjack at a blackjack table, if you know what I mean. So at that point, he let us go. You know, says, hey, it's getting late. It's about 8 o'clock. Can you knock it off for the night? I said, yeah. Normally, I don't like to go after 8 o'clock on my tests. I'll get him back. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up, partner. We'll see what happens at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Do everything first.
No, just check and fit. So he says, okay. Heaven forbid if we had been teenagers. Probably by now, whoever it is, Leon Panetta or some other Fed would have been down here with a terrorist agency thinking we're terrorists getting ready to blow up the nuclear power plant or something like that. You know. Of course, then again, I've never been tried. I'll never fess up that I've never been caught. But reality's coming. So now that we've got a plan set, let's see if we can actually pull one of these things off. We got New Year's coming. Hey, Geren, what's up today? Working hard or hardly working? Hey, that project, let's go ahead and go on it. Did some experiment in the house. We took, of all things, sockets. I got some half-inch impact sockets. Put an extension, turned it upside down. The clay that I told you I made, put it in there, and we hammer rammed it.
That work?
Hell yes, it works great. So let's go ahead and go on with this project.
Good idea. Come and get it.
So, where'd this come from?
Well, I found it back in the shop the other day. I think it's a perfect fit.
Jeez! Oh man! Hey, that's perfect! Oh my gosh. Now, we don't have to do all that machine work we had to do. You know how we wanted to
Good. That's gonna
cut
make it
circles?
less complicated.
Oh, even better now.
So we don't need to do this place out.
We don't need that. Nuh-uh. Look here. Do a saw cut on this. Say, I'll just step aside something like that. Pop a hole in it. Pop a hole in it. Thread this. We can take a bolt. Bolt it down like that.
So you got a bottom piece and use another piece for the top.
Because that'll automatically stabilize it now. Plus we got a heavy enough plate. Well, oh, you know, kids always make it harder than what it seems.
To the live wire. I tell you what, I hope that stuff works for him. Get this thing here set up, then I'll go saw his parts off and see if I can get the hose drilled down. Set up, then I'll go saw his parts off and see if I can get the hose drilled down.
The biggest effect, and one of the things we'll do next, will be our waterfall. Waterfall will be with a composition to burn about 90 seconds. It'll be suspended about 20 foot up in the sky. You'll have device every foot apart for 50 feet. When it burns, it'll look like a big giant waterfall. That's going to be neat. We have our finales we're getting ready to do, be some comets, 2-inch comets. We'll have some 2-inch shells. We have our aerial salutes. Wait till I can show you what we're going to do with this little thing here. Common, ordinary, household toilet paper tube. Doesn't look like much now, but wait till we put the stars in it and launch down the mortar tube. By the way, it's just a special. I mean, it's perfect. One of the experiments, I've already started forming the paper tube. I'll go ahead and make an end cap, pack it up, and this is what we'll shoot out of the mortar full of stars with a burst charge. We'll be getting into that. Actually, we could also add some of these crummy little firecrackers in there. Instantly fired the mortar. Naturally, to say it didn't work would be an understatement. They worked, but God, they blew everything up. All the guys down at the break room were just absolutely plumb excited. keep goading me on and want me to pull a chute off and like, go, you know, you're all about 6-7 months early because I'd planned to do this back in July 4th. So here we go, another $500 worth of chemicals. Uh-oh. Hey, nerd boy.
What?
Come over here. I got you a book. You need to read this book and tell us what it says. That way Kenny doesn't blow himself up. Of course, Brian will be sitting there egging him on. And you know what? This thing's starting to come together. What we're going to have to do is figure out what it's going to cost to make 50 of these puppies, because they're spaced, you know, a foot apart, 20 foot high, and we'll have to fill a tube up with perk and figure out what our cost per unit would be on a 50-foot versus, a 90-second versus 60-second. I only got a couple more weeks to go, but things will be hitting the porch here real soon. You have to take your composition and it gets packed in here. Well, the terrible thing is God only gave you 2 hands to work with, and if you got a funnel and you're pouring your comp in through the funnel, and then you got to take and pack it in once you're done. So we'll take a rammer, pour the comp in, pack it down, we'll go to the next one. Okay? That'll just be for the waterfalls, making the waterfall. I've already got the set pieces in my mind how we're going to do it. I'm going to pull this thing off.
Kaboom. Texas will go over there.
No. Then our sign's off center. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because the center of the display is right here. This is your center point.
Oh.
So this needs to come down. That's the center. So New Year's, watch out! Here we come. We had our black match issue settled, and we woke up this morning and I started making quick match and the shit wouldn't work. Like, oh my God, what do we do now? So we're making a quick match out of this masking tape. So we tested it out, it works. So there's one settled. Then I grabbed the wrong tube for measurement for the sign. So when we started drilling all the holes, voila, guess what? I ain't got the right drill bit for the tube we're using now. So, oh shit, what do? Well, we'll go down to the hardware store. Well, it just so happens you got to go by Jerry's. Jerry says, well, no problem, I think I got a bit. So, gave us a lathe and a drill press. Got the right drill bit. Well, we kind of made the right drill bit. So, then we discovered tubes were not working right. So that was a mad dash to discover how to save that part of the thing.
This project was lacking a little quality control with all the people working on it, I think.
Yeah, they burned for about 5 minutes. No, maybe half a minute. Bunch of boards like that, all done on the inside, pretty much. I got a shitload more to do. that much of a business out of it. Now who the fuck are you?
And throw away the key. The verdict was not fit for you or me.
Whenever you add water, you can get runaway exothermic reaction. In other words, it makes a hell of a lot of heat. In other words, it goes off in your face.
Should go through all this quick match everywhere. Then eventually it'll say Happy New Year, Kaboom, Texas. Once everything gets lit. But right now it looks like something a crazy old lady would put on her front porch. I have no clue how to join all these things.
The way the world looks at me. Tattoos, earrings, sadistic on TV. Stand back, the fall will come. Just you wait and see. Don't blame me. It's you that made me. I can be the way you want me to be. Such a stupid society. All my life I've been this way, you see. Some people say that I am just a freak, 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 just a freak. Just a freak.
Shoot this one off and the fuse will go to the next one. And so on for the rest of them. Right now we're not putting in the lift composition and the go-getter yet because weather's not so good right now, but we'll do that later so it's a little bit safer just in case something happens. You know, if one of these fuses gets lit, then it'll just burn all the way out and nothing will shoot off. And you know, we're not done finishing the we're not finished using the fuse on the other part of the sign, and when we do, we'll screw it together with the rest of them, and on the other side it says Happy New Year, Kaboom, Texas.
Another place I can go. Caught up in the stress.
Got it.
Larry?
All right. Now I'm gonna smoke my cigarette. I can take a break. Inside.
I'm tired of all this bullshit.
That's not all we got left, trust me.
I'm tired of all this bullshit. I take from you.
That's modern art.
There you go. and out of hand as a man. Nothing to lose. I'm tired of all this bullshit. I'm tired of all this bullshit.
Brian's going to get him.
Ta-da.
Nothing to lose. I'm tired of all this bullshit.
You know what? Enough of this horseshit. Let's go in the house and make something that'll burn.